Business plan. This is an important topic that some students often forget. So let's get straight into it. A business plan is a document that is created by a business or entrepreneur that sets out the aims of the business and how it intends to achieve them. Who uses a business plan? Well, entrepreneurs will use a business plan as a guide and a working document. Any partners or employees may use a business plan if they're working with or for the business. Investors would use a business plan to assess the risk and reward of investing in the business. Likewise, banks will want to see the business plan to see the likely success of the business and if they're likely to get a return on the money they invest. This is important because there is a high risk of business failure within the first year. The purpose of a business plan. Firstly, it helps to reduce risk of the business idea, and it can be used to convince financial backers such as banks. Let's take a look at these two more closely. A business plan helps to provide the entrepreneur with a plan that will reduce risk. It forces the entrepreneur to carefully consider what the business is going to do, how the business will be organized, decisions that will need to be made, and resources it needs. As we know, setting up a business can be risky. There may be a number of competitors, and potential customers might not like the products or services that the business produces. A business plan will not prevent risk, but it will help reduce risk. A business plan can be used to convince financial backers, like banks, to loan money to the business, or to convince other financial backers that the idea is a good investment. The entrepreneur can show the financial backer information about the business and how it will be run, which should help the bank decide whether they want to invest or loan money to the business and how likely they are going to get their money back. The role of a business plan. One of the roles is to identify the resources required. Another role is to set out the aims and objectives. And a final role is to provide the information about competitors. Let's take a closer look. A business plan would help with identifying the resources that the business needs to operate. This could be the type of equipment that's needed, the machinery that's needed, the physical resources in terms of the premises that the business will operate from. All of this needs to be considered. It is crucial that the business is clear on the resources it needs. Otherwise, it will be seen by a potential investor as a business that has not given careful consideration to its operations. A business plan can help with finance. So if there's a startup business and it requires finance from a bank, then having a business plan will show the careful thought that has been given to all parts of starting and running the business to a lender. A bank is more likely to lend to a startup business if it is confident that it will be repaid. Within the business plan, the owner should set out the aims and objectives with appropriate timelines which the business has the best chance of achieving these. Creating a business plan requires careful consideration on all aspects of running the business. Making a plan of these aims and objectives and having them laid out clearly helps the entrepreneur to consider where the business is going and how they will actually reach there. Please do like, share and subscribe as I do post regularly. The outline of a business plan can be obtained from any of the major banks, whether that be in store or perhaps even online. It's important you know the contents of a business plan. One of the contents is that the business idea or the opportunity should be in there. So this is about the product or service the business will provide. Within the business plan, there should also be information about the aims and objectives, so the overall goals of the business, and the objectives will include the steps that the entrepreneur will take in order to achieve those aims. Aims might be varied. They could focus on survival, they could focus on profit, but there will need to be objectives that show the clear steps on how the entrepreneur will achieve these aims. There should be information about the target market, also market research type of information. It could contain the size of the potential market, a description of the potential market, all backed up with market research. The business plan will also include information on the staffing who will be employed to work in the business. It should also include information on the marketing mix. So that's the 4 Ps: product, price, place, promotion. How will the business sell their products? Using the 4 Ps. Location. This is where the business will be located and why. Finance. This would include the setting up of the business. Where will this money come from? In the plan, there should be information on where the finance will come from for the day-to-day running of the business. So mentioning the sources of finance, how much that will be, where the source of finance will come from is important. There should also be a cash flow forecast, which is a prediction of inflows and outflows, and also revenue forecasts and forecasts on costs and profits. So there's a lot that the entrepreneur needs to consider when creating a business plan. On to the advantages and disadvantages of a business plan. Let's start off with the advantages. So a business plan would help an entrepreneur to forecast a business idea and see if it has the potential for it to be successful. It will give the entrepreneur a glimpse of where the business should be. This means the entrepreneur can make changes if needs be. A business plan, as we know, can help to reduce risk. It's a guide for what to do and when this should take place. And also, a business plan can show financial backers the plans for the business. So financial backers such as banks would like to see that the entrepreneur is organised and that they have plans in place, as they are less likely to lend to an entrepreneur without a business plan. On to the disadvantages. A business plan takes time and effort to prepare. This may be costly for a small business. The business plan is just that, it's a plan. There might be external factors such as a change in interest rates that might not have been forecasted, or a new competitor that has entered the market that was not on the plan. Therefore, the entrepreneur might not have planned for this. And what's in the plan may actually be different from what's in reality. The entrepreneur may be inexperienced in creating a business plan. Therefore, the plan is lacking and does not make accurate forecasts, or the market research was not analysed properly, and key information may be missed out, meaning the plan is not very effective. Thank you for watching this video, and good luck with your studies.